Porter in Beaverton, Oregon. See more better with freeprescriptionlenses.com. But call me Mo Better, because I'm going to have you seeing Mo Better, looking Mo Better, and I'm going to show everyone else how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses when I cut single vision lenses with my house anti-glare for your BMW 6023 frame. Now it comes with the BMW cleaning cloth / carrying bag. If you don't want the hard case, you can carry it around in that. Inside here is the BMW 6023. It is the 55 eye size, 17 bridge, 140 temple length, in color 20. Now this also comes, this is the gunmetal with the black temples. It comes blue. It also comes black with silver, I believe, off the top of my head. I'll have to double check on that. They all come with a little logo on the lens that I'll take off, and of course it's still got the BMW propeller emblem on both sides of the temples. The vent matches the radiator on some of their, or the grill on some of their cars. And of course on this side it just says the BMW collection. So let me pop out your original demo lenses. Put your frame into the tracing element of my blocker. First, I got to assign you a number. Well, let's clean up that top, a little off the top here. You are Secret Agent 1841. Let me put this on here so that years from now, should you need new lenses, I can mail them right to your home. They're in Beaverton, Oregon, home of Nike. So, 1841, I'm going to hit the green start button. Little stylus is going to pop up, go around and trace the inside bevel of the right side of the frame before doing the same thing on the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy genuine, authentic BMW frame and you'll receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or unused health savings account flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase. So in just a moment, the shape will pop up onto the screen. Come on, pop for me. Pop, pop. Oh, it's taking its time tonight. So, that is the shape I'll be cutting. Your pupillary distance for your right eye, 32.5. I don't have to do anything. It stays right there. I do want to raise the optical center up to 19. We're going to raise that 2 above and cut at 19. Okay, let's go ahead and get your lenses prepped. Your right eye is -75, -1 1/4 at 90. -75, -1 1/4 at 90. Take the lens out of the protective sleeve. Put the power drum on 0. Make sure everything is there. Let's dial that in center. Again, -75. Let's put the power drum on -75. Put the lens in, rotate until the spherical component of your prescription comes into view first. Get your astigmatism lined up perfectly in the center where that's supposed to go. Put 3 dots on your lenses. I'll do my pen. There it is. Let me darken that one. It never darkens that one enough on the end. And that is a right lens. Let's do the same thing now for the left. -1/4, -1/4 at 100. -1/4, -1/4 at 100. Take the lens out of the protective sleeve. Put the power drum on -1/4. Rotate the lens until the spherical component comes into view first. Put 3 dots on the lenses. Let me label this one L for left. Now again, if you guys missed any of that, let me recap. I tell you, that joke's for me. It's not for y'all. It's for you. I get a kick out of it every time. So, this is a block, or as I like to call it, Jenny from the block. I need to attach this to your lens while it is cutting. So I need 2 double-sided adhesive stickers, of which I've got them here. The black side is the sticky side. We're going to line this up onto the block. Do the same thing now for the second one. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. On the back is a silver button that is a magnet. It's going to attach itself to another magnet right there. It has its job twice. That's the first time. And the reason why I put those 3 dots on there, it tells me that it's oriented and adjusts perfectly. The blue cross is the geometric center of your frame. Your eye is just above that in inset. So we're going to get everything lined up as such. And I always like to see the lens is large enough, and it is. So we're going to hit this button. The arm's going to come down, place the block onto the right lens. We're going to do the same thing now for the lens that ain't right, just like me. Line up the button there. Pupillary distance for the left eye, 31. So I'm going to tap the minus button a few times. Oops, I overshot it. So at 31, same optical center height. And hit that button. The arm's going to come down, place the block onto the left lens. So this is the edger. This is what it costs, $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out, buy their own, put it on your kitchen counter. Then you can cut your own lenses at home, and you won't need this guy with the two thumbs and the bad jokes to do it for you. But the cutting wheel is this diamond crusted wheel that's going to grind away your lens material. This wheel in the center that has that channel, that's what's going to put the V-shaped bevel on the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. So let's go ahead and wake up the computer. Your job number 1841. These are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high-index plastic or Trivex, I would select that. I'm not going to polish the edge of the lens. I'm not going to put a safety bevel on the front convex surface of the lens. I'm only going to put one on the rear concave surface of the lens. We're going to press the chuck on there firmly. The block. Now we're going to place the magnet into the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I don't know this machine well enough to call it chuck. Hit the green button, which is start in every language. The door closes. The clamp shuts. The lens will be traced by two wide styluses, making sure it's large enough to fit into the frame. And you can see as this goes around tracing the shape of the right lens. And then the old carpenter saying measure twice, cut once. It's measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly precisely where to place the bevel, so it'll have the least amount of edge thickness in the frame. Now the cutting wheel is beginning to spin. The lens will drop down on that. The water you see in the background is there to catch the optical sawdust as it comes off the cutting wheel. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, whereas plastic, high-index plastic, and Trivex materials cut wet, meaning that water sprays onto the lens for the duration of the cutting cycle. Now water will spray onto this lens, but only for the last 20 seconds to wash away any optical debris that you see beginning to form. But your lenses are made out of polycarbonate, which are 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They're virtually unbreakable. These are high-impact ballistics grade lenses, the same lens material that our soldiers wear overseas in combat zones to protect their eyes from shrapnel, from flying debris. Speaking of protection, it also has 100% UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin. Your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin, so you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes. Unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that have to be reapplied every couple hours when you're in direct exposure to the sun. This is permanent and never needs to be reapplied. Now you have the anti-glare coating on your lens, which is 3 features in one. The first part of the treatment is that it reduces reflections when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain, but from street lights, stoplights, computer screens, overhead, fluorescent lights, and such. Now if you notice, your lens is completely flat around the edges, just like a nickel. If I were to take it out now, it would stand up on the counter. The machine's doing its own check and balance system to see again exactly where to precisely place the bevel. Now the second part of the anti-glare treatment is that it goes by the initials ARC, which stands for anti-reflective coating. So it reduces reflections while you're wearing it, so someone's not looking at their reflection in your glasses, so it makes for much better eye contact. Plus, if anyone takes a picture with a flash, you're less likely to see the flash in the camera, and the number one reason people get it, if you take a selfie, you're less likely to see the camera, your phone, in the picture. Now the third feature that I like, the practical side, is it comes with the industry's hardest scratch coating. The machine that applies the anti-glare costs well over $1 million. It takes over 24 hours to vaporize 8 different coatings onto the lens. Your lens has to be cleaned in an acid bath and washed in between. So because of the time and the expense, they put the industry's hardest scratch coating on there to protect your time and investment. So a little lever has come out. At the end of that lever is a spinning disc. That's what's applying the safety bevel to the rear concave surface of the lens, smoothing everything out. Should any portion of this lens protrude from the back of this frame and come into contact with your skin, it will be nice and smooth. Although with metal frames, these nose pads create a separation. Plastic frames sit in closer. Metal frames with nose pads sit far enough away that it generally would never touch your face. You'd have to get a really big hug or do a face plant for it to come in contact with your skin. But I'm going to run my thumbnail around, make sure there's no optical debris. What screwdriver do I need? I need my flat blade. We're going to do lefty-loosey. That has come all the way out. I'm going to rotate the frame around, turn it upside down, tuck the lens in at the top, press down at the edges. Do a little bit of righty-tighty. That is good. Now we can begin cutting the left lens. Flip that over to L. Place the magnet into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby, or tonight I'm calling it the Porter. Hit the green start button, the door closes, the clamp shuts. Just like before, the lens will be traced by the two white styluses again, making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame. And you can see as it's going around tracing the outside of the shape of the left lens. And just like before, it's measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to see where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness. Look at that. With your prescription and a thin metal frame, you got none. That's why I use the thinner, lighter weight, unbreakable polycarbonate. It looks good, it wears well, and it's safe. Pop the block off, pull the sticker away, use my hand-approved drying method, throw that one back in there. Add to my sticker collection. We're going to come back down here to the lensometer, spin the axis wheel back to 90, put it in over that black dot. Read the power, and I am getting minus 75, going away from 0 towards 1. It's not quite at 1 yet, 1 tick mark away. That's because the unit of measurement in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R. Starting at 0, it goes up in quarter increments, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, so on. So you are myopic. You need 3 steps of far-sighted correction to see far away. You are nearsighted. With your glasses off, everything is much too large, so that's why there's a minus sign. Your lens will minify the image you're looking at to the correct size. Now, once it's the correct size, you have a second curve on your eye, which is your astigmatism. Uncorrected astigmatism makes 6s and 8s look alike, or the letters P and F. So you have a minus 75 here. You have a steeper curve 90 degrees away, which is another 5 steps. And that's how we line those 2 curves up to make everything nice and crisp. And we turn that fine-tune knob to 90. A straight line is 0 to 90 to 180. So for the right eye, we're going to turn that knob exactly to 90. For the left eye, you barely need any correction. You need the smallest amount of far-sighted correction and then the smallest amount of astigmatism correction. And we're going to turn that fine-tune knob for the astigmatism just past 90 to the 100th meridian. Now this frame, the BMW 6023, comes in the 55 eye size only, and in 3 colors. It sells for $250. It is a great lightweight titanium frame which is strong. My house anti-glare is $44. Now your lenses are free with the purchase of this frame. You upgrade it to the house anti-glare for $44.99 for a total of $294.99. All BMW frames on the website sell for $250. Everywhere else they go for $350 to $400. For a couple reasons. They're very well made, and 2, they have BMW on the side of the frame and on the inside. Oh, thank you very much for the purchase, whoever made one. Let's just take a look at that real quick. Christopher, you are about to get a new pair of glasses. I'll check on that as soon as I'm done with this video. Thank you very much, Christopher. So, Porter, I want you to open the door with your mind. Good job, Porter. First day on the job and you're getting it right. Anyone out there who believes in telekinesis, raise my hand. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? It must work. Okay, back to work. Back to work. Alright, so that's cleaned up. Let me use my flat blade screwdriver. Do a little bit of lefty-loosey. Out comes the screw. Tuck the lens into the eye wire. Put that back on there. Oop, I got to recycle tonight. Okay, I'll do that when I get home. So, Come down here, place the frame against that little rubber stop. I don't want to use the hard surface on your frame, so I use that. Come down here, let me make sure, yeah, that's tightened. Take the block off, pull the sticker away, use my hand-approved drying method, throw that on there, add the sticker, turn the fine-tune knob to 100, put it in over that black dot, check the power. I am getting -1/4, 1 tick mark away from 0. And then when we get to we're at -50 there, exactly halfway between 0 and 1. And actually, while I was talking, let's turn this back to 90 and do a final inspection on the right lens. I had pulled up the -75, which we're at. You have another 1 1/4 steps of astigmatism, so we're going to end up with a -2. That's where we're at, -2 in the red, exactly halfway between 1 and 3. That's because you add 2 like signs together. If someone had borrowed 75 cents from you, then they borrowed another $1.25, they would owe you $2 in the red. That's where we're at, 2 in the red. Now your pupillary distance for your right eye is 32.5, for your left is 31, for a total of 63.5. I'm going to turn the card around, place the PD stick against my thumb. When I hold it up to place it against the dot on the right lens, when I hold it up to the left lens, we're getting 63.5, so that is cut perfectly. Now this is the portion in every video that as I clean your lenses, I mentioned that when you get these in the mail, there's a small chance that these could fit too loose. Too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That's because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other, and because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. But I'm going to get this, so just go by your local office and tell them if it's too loose or too tight, or if the nose pads need adjusting, or if it's not sitting level. It only takes about 30 seconds to a minute to adjust a pair of glasses perfectly, and they'll be glad to do it for you. But I'm going to get this in standard alignment, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. Now when I say wobble, I'm part of that 80%. When I take mine off and press down, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. For those of you keeping score at home, I'm wearing the BMW. What is mine? I can't even tell with my glasses off. I can't see. This is the 6045 in color 50. This is the blue Tortoise. I wear a lot of blue and brown, so I love me some blue Tortoise. It also comes in a gray Tortoise and the classic Tortoise, more of a caramel color, I guess you could say. Put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing. Flip this over, press down. There is no wobble. Close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do. Check that neither temple is askew. We want to overlap perfectly. Check the tension on each spring hinge to make sure that is perfect, and that is. If one was looser or tighter than the other, I would adjust accordingly so they were the same. Now I send out a selfie request to have your picture on the website, so Porter, I would love to have your picture on the website rocking these. Turn your head just enough where we get that BMW emblem, would you? But I also send out cleaning instructions not only for your frame and lenses, but for the premium microfiber cleaning cloth that I provide, as well as the BMW cleaning cloth, as well as how to care for your BMW case so it too will last you for years. So, Porter, well actually, let me get ahead of myself. If you've liked what you've seen and you want to see more glasses being made, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram as freeprescriptionlenses.com. On Twitter is freerxlenses. If you have any questions, you can email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com or simply click the contact me button on the website here. You can also leave a question or comment in the comment section below. You can also leave a comment on any other videos you might want to see. I'll try and get to those. So now, Porter in Beaverton, Oregon, thank you so much for the purchase of the BMW 6023 and the 55 eye size in color 20. And hopefully now everyone else has got the chance to see how I bring that loving feeling back to glasses. Thank you.